Yeah,
Okay, well, sorry.
I just like to check to make sure that everybody's good and that I'm not like keeping you from other things, because we got two more topics which are interrelated, but will also be interesting. And I just want to be very fucking clear that before we go into this episode, especially for you out there, Facebook and YouTube guy that has to sit through my content probably because I say some naughty words and have some objectionable opinions, that we on this show are not anti-maskers. I just want to be very, very clear that we're pro-mask for general health reasons, especially during the pandemic. But there might be a few moments in the next few segments that seem like we're not really fans of it, even though we are. And I just want to be very clear that I'm not hating on masks, because it's hard to talk about things like this and not seem like you're anti whatever you're talking about. But
can I say fuck masks?
Yes, you can, GW. And
you tried to say you weren't a punk rock guy, but that's
oh yeah, GW was punk as fuck.
You proved it.
So basically we have found ourselves in an interesting conundrum, my friends, in that masks are leading to pollution. And it seems like humans are just super short-sighted. Like we come up, we're sober. Thank you, Jason. I love you. Thank you for watching the show, my friend.
There's no time to throw away a mask when there's Tinder. Okay, because I mean, that's what changed the world. Tinder changed the world.
So here we got one from King 5, because it was one of the better articles I found, saying, really concerning. New study finds face masks and other PPE are polluting waterways. It said disposable face masks and other PPE are becoming an emerging source of microplastic pollution, not just in Washington State, but around the globe. Face masks become a way of life, and their ability to help slow the spread of respiratory virus, COVID-19, is key to people getting safe until vaccines are widely distributed. But a new report looks at the side effect of the widespread use of personal protective equipment by the general public, plastic pollution in waters around the globe. They said about 94% of people surveyed have found PPE in their spring cleanup, or finding PPE at a cleanup in 2020. 51% said they see it daily in their community. I know I do. Have you guys see this, I'm sure, just like kicking around, like you're walking through a parking lot?
Yeah.
I actually joked with the wife the other day that I at one point thought the new cigarette butt was going to be Juul pods, but it just turned out to be face masks.
You ain't wrong. You ain't wrong.
I think the irony of this is that let's rewind the clocks, shall we? 16 months. We got a bunch of social warriors parading around telling us don't use straws. Yeah. Don't use plastic bags. Don't use paper bags. Do this, do that. Okay. So we did that. We got rid of the straw. I almost took my front tooth out trying to adjust to a steel fucking straw. Nobody told us we were using steel straws now. You know what I mean? We just did that. Okay. I went to the Home Depot in Brooklyn. I bought a bunch of tools. They put them in a paper bag because we discontinued plastic. All right. And then what do we need? We need masks. Everybody needs a mask. Okay. Do we have paper masks, plastic masks? What the hell are we doing for the mask? Nobody knows. Let's make masks. So then how do you drink when you're wearing a mask? Here's an idea. You use a straw. Right? We got rid of all the straws. Then you go to the store and you try to use a bag. We got rid of all the bags. So then I came in with my reusable bag, and then everyone in the store screams at me because you're not allowed to use a reusable bag because, God forbid, COVID-19's living on the reusable bag.
He ain't wrong. He's not wrong.
So now you need the paper bag or the plastic bag. So now we're back to plastic. And in the meantime, we throw 2 billion masks into the ocean.
Right in the ocean.
What the fuck are people thinking?
Yeah, here we got. This is from New York Post. More than 1.5 billion face masks will pollute ocean this year, report says. And this was back from December 28th of 2020. So this is
I would go 2 billion, 2.5 billion. And because
easy.
why? Because you know what? Because guess what? When I make my coffee, I twist my little thing up, I put it in a trash bag, and then it goes to a landfill somewhere, maybe in China, I don't know. But if you cannot put your mask in a trash receptacle, and your receptacle is the ocean, boy, I'm glad we got this cross.
I'm gonna tell you who's mad right now about the whole idea about reusable bags. I'm gonna tell you this guy in high school who took his girlfriend behind the Price Chopper in West Rutland and used a plastic bag for a condom is very mad about these things. That's a true story. So he's not happy. Fucked a girl with a Price Chopper bag on his. Now that ain't great for no one. For no one.
No.
Like if it was a Hannaford's bag, it would have been a little bit better because they're more sturdy when I go there. But at that point, no. This shit in the ocean needs to stop. These people that are just like living in the suburbs saying blah, 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 all this stuff. I'm like, they got to stop too because they've never been on State Street. All right. They need to go to State Street. Then I want to see the posts. Okay.
Yeah.
Keeping it real.
And if you want to go take a trip down to State Street, and Nick and I would be more willing to go bring you down there. Let me tell you, my friend, it ain't pretty, okay?
You ever had Ted's Pizza? Damn it. You have to wait now for that.
Yeah, exactly. Bring a couple straws, a plastic bag in your mouth. You know what I'm saying?
In this article, say that more than 1.5 billion disposable masks wind up in the world's ocean this year, polluting the water with tons of plastic and endangering marine wildlife. A report by Oceans Asia cites a global market research report that estimates 52 billion masks were made this year to meet the demand caused by COVID. It also says that a conservative calculation means at least 3% of them will be washed out to sea. Single-use face masks are made of a variety. This is something I didn't know. This is interesting. Single-use face masks are made from a variety of melt-blown plastics and are difficult to recycle due to both composition and the risk of contamination and infection, the report said.
Why would masks burn them?
Well, because then you're just burning plastic, right? Which is...
Hey, come on. What else is new?
My neighbor did it for years, and I'm fine. Okay.
I would just burn them with some tires,
Yeah. You got to throw some tires in.
Say with each mask weighing 3 to 4 grams, the situation could lead to 6,800 plus tons of plastic pollution that'll take as long as 450 years to break down, according to the report. Which is kind of
deal with it. We're not going to be, so it's all good.
Well, what you got to calculate here is so the pandemic is once every 100 years. So we just put masks in that last 400 years. So that means we're here for the next pandemic, the pandemic after that, the pandemic after that, and halfway through the next pandemic, a mere 50 years later.
Yeah, I mean, and COVID doesn't last more than a couple of days. They should be able to scoop them out of the ocean, dry clean them, and return them to service, right?
Absolutely. Should be able to get a couple weeks out of those for the next, 450 years, right?
Yeah. They should harvest those for the next pandemic.
It's really a gift for the future generations. Hey, look, we already made the mass. Whenever you're ready, just fish them out of the ocean. We got 28 billion of them for you.
You put two masks together, they're going to make like good underwear, like a good thong, or like a tea where you can hold your tea and dip it into the water, put it in a mask.
Right. So you're saying
bag with it.
I've written my banner as seems like humans are short-sighted, but Collen, you made the opposite argument that we're just thinking really, really fucking long-term at this point.
Yeah,
exactly. I mean, we're really giving our future generation some really wonderful options. Like Nick just said, perhaps the tea bags out of these unknown toxic plastic chemical things that you left them in the ocean.
You know what, guys? I know what can save this though. I know what, before we move on, I know what can save this problem. You guys want to know?
Right on us.
Let's go find some article and share it on our Instagram story, and make sure we all live away from all this, and then it'll be fine. Because I have so many friends that do that. Like they're like, I hate X. Here's this, and they're like, oh, we're good. I did my part. I did my part.
Actually, no. Here's a better idea. I'm gonna call you a buzzkill, and then I'm gonna go talk about some stupid dumb shit that I have no control over.
Absolutely, let's do that. That's actually a good mix.
That always seems to work, you know.
I mean,
well, that's why I'm a part of the Burlington Cop Watch.
I think we're all missing out on an upside of this is that this is what the future looks like. And
yes,
look, he's so protected from spreading a respiratory illness to his other sea turtle friends that are within 6 feet from him, and he's just swimming around doing his socially distanced part as a sea turtle, and that's really just a wonderful future for him.
I mean, that's not going to stop the kid from Danby finding that turtle, dragging it out of the water, and spray beating NWO on its freaking shell. Come on, damn it! You had that happen.
That was pretty good too. These make me happy. I'm glad somebody took the time to put a mask on a turtle.
Well, hey, you got to think about the turtles. I mean, God forbid they're breathing COVID-19 too. You know, I mean.
You know how hard it is for ninja training?
It takes years.
Yeah.
I saw 3 ninjas knuckle up the other day. I know how it is. Rocky Tom Colt. That shit ain't easy. It ain't easy.
That
you know
turtle
that.
is really
Rocky
just
loves
walking
Emily. Yeah.
That turtle is just walking around trying to find some nuclear like drippage that it can drink and turn into like Michelangelo.
We're going to move right into the last subject, which is kind of just a continuation from the last one with, giant turtles getting COVID, which should be terrifying because who knows how the Ninja Turtles will respond to such a thing. But in the realm of things not so giant, a study finds that phthalates in masks